that rocket.
Lovely internet friends, welcome once again, episode 144. We've been here together since forever. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, we've been through it together. And if we've been following the rules of thumb that we discussed on the very first episode, we would be coming out of this quite whole with our whole portfolio. I know many of you, I've spoken to many of you, I know lots of people got burned, I know lots of people lost funds. It's just money, guys. It's don't, like, talk to your friends, talk to your family, don't keep these things. I know it hurts a lot, but it's important to talk to our loved ones for these things. And just remember that it's just money, and you live to trade another day, and it's a matter of when, not a matter of if. So yeah, rules of thumb: anything that's not Bitcoin is a shitcoin, and not your keys, not your coins. Those two little things, those two simple ideas would have saved you quite a lot of money. Lovely friends, lovely friends. I see people are even... Thank you, bro. What's up, bro? But yes, lovely friends. The rules of thumb. I'm sporting cool merch from Breakpoint. Finally, my suitcase came back. It was lost in Lisbon airport for the past week, but it's back and it's whole, and I'm sporting quite a lot of. And this is a gift. This is a gift from the better half of Alex Pertz, and it says not financial advice. And on the on the back of my shirt it says do your research, Dior. I'm also sporting a monkey DAO with my own monkey printed on. It's a super high quality hoodie. It has like the double zipper kind of thing. On the back it has the monkey DAO logo. So yeah, fucking awesome. I have like a bunch of merch here that I'm gonna give away. Like, I have some for Jaris, I have some for Taki Soul, and I'm keeping a couple to give to lovely fans that I will meet around the world. You never know. I've this was gifted to me like while I was in Breakpoint, and I'm super thankful. What are we gonna do today? We're gonna go over, of course, we're gonna remember how big of a shit show this is. The bear market is here, is gonna stay. We're getting into the destructive phase that I was hoping we're gonna be getting to the third phase sooner, but we are stuck on the second phase of the bear market, and we can have some portfolio thoughts together. We can discuss a little bit of what we should be doing, how our portfolio should be looking at times like that. At least in my portfolio, again, not financial advice. Don't take financial advice from people on the internet. This stream is not an educational one in any way. This is not something that you should follow any tactics or any thoughts in your portfolio. You should exercise your own risk, like your investor's profile. You should do you are in your own with your own unique responsibilities at your own unique life, and you have your own unique priorities, and you have your own capital that might be different, might be more or less liquid. So yeah, you do you, I do me, and generally don't listen to people on the internet. And this stream has obviously never accepted any money from anybody. We've never shielded anything. And I've done lots of mistakes. I've been a great counter trade in many times. So yeah, that's mistakes will be made, and I drink opium like everybody else. So yeah, you should be careful. You should be careful. So yeah, we're gonna remember how big of a bear market we are at the moment, and how contagious this situation can become. And I don't think we've seen the end of it. We're gonna definitely continue a little bit where we left with the FTX Shitshow. We definitely need to see what happened. Of course, we're not gonna see any money soon. I'm still hopeful, though. I will explain why I'm still hopeful that maybe in a year or two we'll see some money back. But let's see where this goes. We'll definitely talk about. Another thing that I had totally forgotten with what's happening is I have a tube. I have a huge NFT that we need to mint on stream. Like I've had it since the beginning, and I've just been postponing it because I was just not in the mood of adding this to the stream things that we could possibly do together. But I think it's time, and we should give it a go. Oh yeah, and I also want us to go through a couple of pictures from the Breakpoint event. I can go through each of my days, who I met there, who like what was the take from the day, and some thoughts from some context on every picture or video. I've been going around, like I've been reading what's happening, and there's not a lot of confirmed information, so like don't expect some huge revelations that you haven't seen around FTX, but we should definitely continue where we left. And yeah, I want to end with a good taste, with a positive vibe from Breakpoint event, because as I also tweeted and I shared with many of you, I don't think that Solana is FTX. I don't think crypto is FTX, and I don't think it's the end of all. At the same time, we should be cautious, and yeah, we'll talk about possible contagions that can happen, and it will have serious impact in portfolios, projects, and generally the market. Yeah. Bear market. We are in the bear market. That's me ringing the alert, lovely friends. Lovely internet friends. We've talked about the bear market, and it has usually three phases. It's the first phase is usually a short one where everybody calls it a healthy correction, where valuations go back to normal levels. And of course, this doesn't stop there. We continue dropping, and we get to phase two. Phase two has some single narratives that pop out that kind of go against the trend. Look at NFT summer of 2022 in Solana. Look at Utes. Look at the gods. Look at a couple of coins that just went against the trend. But generally, the market continues to dump, and nobody really believes in these single narratives. They don't last very long. They are overtraded, and valuations continue to shrink. That's where we are at the moment. We've had a second wave of distraction through exchanges after Luna and Celsius, and a couple more mayhems before the summer. Now we came for the second part, and this is just gonna prolong phase two, because phase three is the longest one in the bear market. Is the one where nothing happens, where anybody that's building is building in complete silence. They don't care about public opinion. There is no public opinion. Nobody trusts crypto, and everybody that's still active in the space just feels forgotten, totally forgotten. And this is when you wonder: is like, was that it? Was this whole story that all these dreams that we made, all these fictional worlds that we believed in, all the metaverse crap and NFT narratives, were they just smoke and mirrors? Were they just a marketing hype? Were they just a fake thing? And this is where you bottom. This is where the capitulation comes. This is where you see people taking 99% losses and still being happy with their 1% that they got out. We still are not in this phase. Maybe we're just entering, but there is just too much talk. FTX is gonna take a long time. If Cryptopia hasn't even started distributing funds, that happened like 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. I just don't see how FTX is gonna come get any faster. We're talking about Cryptopia, a New Zealand exchange, shitcoin exchange that was extremely popular. Maybe around the 2017 era, maybe late 2016, maybe was its golden years, the golden year, pre-ICO craze. But It was during the masternode craze where the Dash was the Dash and privacy coins were huge, and that's when Cryptopia actually went under, went tits up, and we lost quite a lot of money. Now this FTX thing, that's much larger. Now people compare this with Mount Gox, and that's not an accurate comparison in my opinion. Mount Gox had like over 60% of total crypto volume, total Bitcoin volume, and this happened so early in the Bitcoin years that could have just killed the experiment completely. There was no other exchange. The whole world was transferring money from a Polish bank that was executing all the transactions for Mt. Gox, a Japanese exchange. So yeah, the roots were very few, and since Bitcoin survived that I think that was its biggest hit, as well as Ethereum surviving the DAO hack. I think that's an equally big hit for Solana, and if Solana survives the FTX collapse, sky's the limit. At the same time, I've been into the, let's say, Solana backstage for quite some time. I've met I'd say every team in the space, and it doesn't like, you can't possibly believe the brain power dedicated, the man hours dedicated, the inspiration and the work that has been put in developing certain protocols, and it's not gonna stop because FTX went belly up. Solana has a runway of 30 to 40 months at current spending limits, at spending habits. I think they can tune down a little bit the additions to the portfolio companies. I think they can tune down a little bit the hacker houses and the food and the luxury, and they can extend that to much more. I'm extremely bullish on the Solana space, and I don't think any hack will change my mind. At the same time, I want to remind everybody, if it's not Bitcoin, it's a shitcoin, and not your keys, not your coins. So, before we go to the FTX saga, let's just remember that the war continues. The world economy is at the brink of collapse. There is fuel wars happening. Winter is coming in Europe, and the Russian strategy is to get Europe to freeze and change the sentiment of the people towards the war. As we speak, G20 is finishing, and bombs are falling in Ukraine, and at neighboring countries, like rogue bombs are reported that are falling. So we are far away. Coronavirus is still happening. I know most of the viewers here, many of the viewers come from the Western world, but there are countries out there that will start vaccination in 2024 just because they do not belong in a large block of countries that has negotiating power, like many of us belong, like Europe has, like the United States has. The pandemic is still here for many people in this planet, and we've been attacked by a bunch of black swan events. So yeah, it's bear market, and with FTX blowing up and Alameda going under, this is bear market on steroids. And serious advice here. This is not financial advice. This is like personal health advice. Don't keep your coins on centralized custodial solutions. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, everybody is located at fiscal paradises that do not need to be audited. They have no money insurance. You don't know what shady things have been doing, what kind of yield farming they've been doing. and you don't know how big of the exposure they had in FTX. Many of these companies are just holding their breath, hoping that nobody's going to realize that they cannot withstand the bank run. And trust me, guys, there's no financial institution around us that can actually withstand the bank run. Do you think like our like IRL normal CFI banks can actually withstand the bank run? No. Look at what happened to Greece. Like this is like 5-6 years ago, 8 years ago. When was it? Less. That bank run happened and they had to close the borders. They had to actually close withdrawals in our world. That's how we would see it from the bank, so people could not withdraw. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So yeah, I'm like, be careful here. You hold your money, be responsible, exercise all the OPSEC required, and be careful. And you know what? I've heard extreme cases where ledgers are tampered with in customs. I've had a good friend from Nigeria. He ordered a ledger and someone swapped it with something that was hacked and his wallet was drained. At the same time, I do not know how much experience he had with ledgers in order to spot the differences or the problems. I've had like 8 ledgers pass from my hands. I'm pretty sure that if I had messed up, if I ended up with a tempered ledger, I'd actually be able to see it. But yeah, it's a member of the Grape community. Ordered the ledger. His ledger came in, and it was actually like an empty ledger. He generated a new wallet a couple of days later, and then he went to the police. He did his research, and there is like. So yeah, you need to be fucking careful, and even if you hold your coins in a non-custodial hardware wallet, offline computer or whatever, you can always sustain a $5 wrench attack where someone comes and threatens you. So you need to be ready for everything. This is fucking crypto. This is Wild West. There is no way to retrieve it. Nobody will ever believe you. And trust me, the police is not going to be very helpful. So you need to be very, very, very cautious. I do not have access to my Bitcoin. There is no way, like, it's locked in a fucking safe at a super secure place. I do not have access. I do not want to be able to trade it. I do not want to transfer them around. I don't want to change. I don't want any yield on them. I don't want any like nothing. So just be cautious. Be super, super cautious. As shit is hitting the fan again and again, I would suggest do not use lending and borrowing protocols. I know for the whole 2020, the year of 2021 and half of the year of 2022, we were staking and not staking, lending money on Francium, lending money on Tulip, lending money on several protocols. Now it's not the time. It's not the time. You do not want to be in a situation where there is so much market activity and for some reason there is huge demand for Sol. People are borrowing Sol. You have your Sol at a lending pool and the lending pool is stuck at 100%. You do not want that. You do not want that because if something happens, I do not know, an oracle fails, like a contract, whatever, you cannot react. And at the moment, shit is a little bit not stable, to put it in a mild way. Market conditions, market sentiment, and people are taking advantage of this, and we'll see, like we see FTX applications being updated with malware. So if you have in your phone an FTX application, just delete it, don't log it, don't log in, especially if you're using your phone for crypto stuff. If you have your mobile wallet, your Solflare wallet or your Phantom wallet, just uninstall this shit We've seen an FTX hack with someone holding 370,000 Ethereum. Like, there is weird shit happening. If you're holding pegged assets, and I'm not talking about the ones that went under that were backed by FTX, but if you have, let's say, Sol, ETH on Solana or BTC on Solana from any other protocol, or if you are actually contributing liquidity on cross-chain pools like some wormhole pool or some kind of any kind of portal between cross-chain, I would say just get out of that. Just stay put. It's okay if you miss like 6% yield. Just stay out of it. Now, if you're staking your Solana in a validator, you run no risk. At the same time, you cannot react. In order for you to unstake, you need one epoch at least, which means that's 2 to 3 days. So if you want to be agile and fast, I would just say have your Solana, have your assets at the moment ready to be liquidated, deployed for some other reason, or I don't know, just have them under your keys. Be very careful. Lots of exchanges, lots of applications and centralized solutions, custodial solutions have been abusing user funds, have been taking unnecessary risks, and have been burned quite a lot from the bear market. People who make it in this space are people who tend to take huge risks and have no issues handling huge amounts of money and actually risking those amounts of money. They are special people. I do not really mean it in the good way. Like, these are like weird special people that have no understanding of size and risk. And this is achievable in the bull market, but you really need to know where to stop, and you really need to know that, understand, and not get like not fall for what the narrative promises, which is grandiose and unsustainable. It's really hard to get out of the circle jerk. It's really hard to get out of this echo chamber, but and that's why we see lots of people crash hard. Like the higher they go, the harder they fall. So just be careful now. Lots of things like Huobi and KuCoin and Crypto.com and whichever other centralized solution that had some APY pools, they're for sure investing somewhere else the funds, getting higher APY, and then giving you the difference and just giving it a title of safe because they are doing it instead of you. So it's safer because they're not going to lose your keys, but it's not safe because you would never take this risk. There is a reason you put your money in Celsius because it gave like some more realistic and they promised that realistic yield numbers, and they were promising that they have risk levels that and the risk barriers that they will not exceed, and they will not use user funds for yield farming and shit. But it was all bullshit. It was all on Luna getting the 20% stable yield per year on stable coins on USD on UST. So it's all bullshit. By the way, I'm drinking some cold brew, some cold coffee. Cheers! It's 10 o'clock at night, but we live a caffeinated life. So yes, lovely internet friends. Be cautious, hold your coins yourself, and just be careful. Don't interact with weird links. Don't listen to scammers. Never share your screen. Another good advice for those ordering a new ledger. If you think that there's something fishy and you see, like, for example, not that the device has been tempered, but something in the process that it is proposing doesn't make sense, just don't follow the process and restore a wallet of yours, and then delete every single interaction of it from your, or generate a new wallet through an offline device and then use that seed phrase. That's better. Generate a seed phrase, a Bitcoin seed phrase, a Solana seed phrase, a whatever through an offline device that has never connected to the internet. Generate that seed phrase and then restore a ledger instead of creating a new ledger, create a new wallet. Just restore an existing ledger, and then you can input that 12 seed or 12 word or 24 word seed, even if it's a Bitcoin wallet that's compromised from 24 words, then you can have that as your starting seed in ledger, and then all the shitcoin addresses you need will be generated from that base of an address. Again, do it through a device that has never connected to the internet, or and generate any super safe wallet. I would say Bitcoin, because there are ways you can generate offline Bitcoin wallets very easily, and these are peer-reviewed, battle-tested, battle-hardened applications. So yeah, go back to the grassroots, use one of those, and usually the process is what they will tamper with in a hacked ledger. What they will do is they will open the box, and instead of giving you the instructions to generate a seed phrase, they will have one generated for you. And the moment you use that, they will drain it. But I'm pretty sure there are ways that I have never thought about. So yeah, bear market, don't trade, hold a lot of stablecoin, as we did. Don't catch falling knives. We don't know where this is gonna end. Something that has dropped 99% can possibly drop another 99%. Not everything is going to survive. Not everything is going to bounce. And you should make sure to stay around in order to see the bull market, because the bull market is going to come, and there's going to be a new narrative. There's going to be a new NFT wave with a new NFT application, a new NFT narrative, a new NFT whateverness that maybe an NFT standard which we haven't thought yet, but there's going to be something, and I really want us to be here together to see it and witness it and get our hands dirty together. So yeah, bear market. Make sure to stay alive. Now, on the last episode, we went through the FTX shit show. Oh shit! I saw a Gatoshi here. He's a Gatoshi. Hi Gatoshi. So on the previous episode, we spoke about FTX, and I told you a couple of predictions. One of the predictions was that there is no way FTX and Binance are gonna reach a deal. There was absolutely no way. My second prediction was that everybody's gonna get their money back. And in my prediction, I was hoping that this is gonna happen kind of soon. And then they would pretend that nothing really happened and this was exaggerated. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They filed for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and courts are going to come into the game, lawyers, and this is going to be done by the book. And by the book means it's going to take a very long time, because assets need to be audited and checked and then divided for the parties to get their money back. Now, on a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and this is again not accounting advice or not an educational stream, but there are a couple of bankruptcy procedures that a company can file for. They can do a Chapter 11 or they can do a Chapter 7. Now, the Chapter 7 is the one where everything is being liquidated, and there is like the company is dissolved immediately, and the chain of command is completely stripped, and nobody is replaced by nobody, because it just now goes to be demolished. And the Chapter 11, the one that FTX filed for, and it's not only FTX, it's Alameda, it's FTX US, it's all the entities, 150 companies. The Chapter 11 one is the one where the chain of command is gone, And then a new one comes, and they will cut all the arms that are not profitable. They're going to restructure the company, and they will try to get funding, new funding, in order to plug the holes and refinance the business. And this is the procedure that FTX opted for. So this is what they're doing. They're doing a Chapter 11, and this puts always, like, bankruptcy will put always the creditors first. So anybody that has lent money to FTX at a higher level is going to be prioritized. But on a Chapter 11, users are very high in the priority. And I still have my hopes that users are going to receive, in a couple of years, a good percentage of their capital. Now, this is again speculation. I'm pulling things up from my ass, and I'm being optimistic here. I'm being optimistic because what the fuck? It's just horrible situation. Let's be a little bit optimistic. Like, of course, just consider the money lost, but I'm like, I lost a little bit of money. I had 400 FTT, like 1,000 FTT in my account, which just, you know, started going to zero, and I have a little bit of Sol, a little bit of dust here and there, but it's bullshit. It wasn't much. It's not something that I'll be sad about. But it was 400 FTT, not 1,000 FTT. 400 FTT. So I haven't been super burned, so I'm okay to lose that for this valuable lesson. And but it's not the case with many of my internet friends and real life friends. So I really hope, and I'm really positive that we're gonna get out of this, and we're gonna get some of our money back. I see Aki Samano is flabbergasted from the amount of companies the FTX Alameda group had. Yes, I think it's 124 companies or something like that. It's a convoluted diagram of companies and money flow. There is like Alameda Research Lagos, Nigeria based. There is Alameda Research everywhere, in Moscow, in every European country. It's just insane. It's just insane. And Sam Bankman-Fried and his team were pitching for funding from Emirates countries and for Saudi money, couple of weeks before the collapse. So yeah, it was crazy. Coffee Attack is pessimistic here, talking about 10 billion is a big hole to overcome. I am a little bit... So, I'll give you my personal opinion, because we don't know much, guys. So the big thing we know is that they're going for Chapter 11. That's what we know. Everything else is kind of speculation with a high dose of saltiness, a high dose of clickbaiting, a lot of... That's, you know, there's a lot of stuff just floating around that I am not 100% buying them. So yeah, like, we've all heard about the crazy amphetamine parties. We've read the Caroline tweets about amphetamines and how she cannot believe how non-medicated people make it through a day. We've heard about vegan orgies at FTX mansions. We've heard all these things. Like, I'm pretty sure they are exaggerated, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't know much. We had speculation false. It was false, and we were speculating that SBF was fleeing to Argentina, to Patagonia. Good place. That's why the Germans chose it to hide. It was not true. We know very little things. And according to Bahamian police, FTX has not breached any local laws, so they are not under arrest in any shape or form. I'm pretty sure everybody is really going through all their documentation, anything they can find online. They're being scrutinized hard at the moment. So I'm pretty sure that if there is going to be confirmation, like it's going to be easy to validate that confirmation, kind of, to make sure. We don't know lots of things. We were talking about a Kraken account that was like taking money, and it had nothing to do with FTX. We don't know many things, so I don't believe that the illiquid assets are going to be leaving the whole situation with a $10 billion hole. I think the $10 billion hole is the doomsday siren. Someone saying like we are going to die. It's the end. It's the same people that are saying crypto is dead are gonna be the ones talking about a $10 billion hole. I want to wait. I want to wait for official numbers. I want to wait for a little bit of the dust to settle. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see some ugly truths. We're going to see some new regulatory attacks. And we're going to see some, maybe some inspirational new tactics for transparency, for exchanges, order books, investments, venture capitals, and all the actors of this shit show. So I'm hopeful that we're gonna come out stronger from this. I'm hopeful that FTX clients are gonna be paid back. It's gonna take longer. Yes, I know. There's no way of escaping that. And I hope we're gonna learn more about it as the dust settles. And I really hope that it doesn't involve bringing other people's laundry on at the public. I don't want this to be more fuel in the fire. I don't want suddenly to have a new war between Binance and the FTX lawsuit where they are accusing Binance, and I wouldn't want this to go. It would be really bad for the space. So I really hope we're gonna get more transparency, better audits, better money insurance, deposit insurances, and better regulation. Again, I'm being optimistic. There's a high chance it's just gonna be a shit show domino where lots of centralized custodial solutions end up having exposure to this FTX shit show, and they just go tits up, and more people lose their money. Regulators become extremely salty. Democrats become extremely vindictive towards the people they embraced because it looks really bad on them, where FTX goes under and just takes down from pension funds to superstars to Super Bowl advertisements to Hollywood actors to people drinking their own piss. So yeah, I'm still hopeful that we're not gonna live in that universe, and yeah, we're gonna come out better in the end. So don't believe everything you read on Twitter. And just wait for official numbers, official information. Like, there is a lot of interest in this case. They're not gonna drag their feet. I hope. I'm no insider. I have no idea. This is just me speculating. So, yeah. Oof. Lovely friends. Bear market on steroids. The FTX shit show is gonna continue, and we're gonna have a third episode on it for sure. We're gonna talk about it more. We're gonna have more stuff. 100%. What's going on? Nanko is giving us beats. Coffee Attack has subscribed. Thank you, Coffee Attack. Thank you so much. Look at this. Don has been a subscriber for 19 months straight. Like, I think this needs a cheer. I don't think you can hear my cheer, but yeah, let me fix that because my speakers are not connected. "19 months in a row." Like, we've seen it all together, eh? Kala, yeah. With Don, we've seen the 2016-2017 shitcoin period go through. What are these bits? I have no clue, man. I really ask Perts. Perts has spent quite a lot of bits, but I have no clue what it is. By the way, lovely friends, a year ago we were at all-time high levels, where market was at all-time high. Just zoom out and you'll see we're suffering here. We're suffering. Don't tell your friends. This should be a subject in Thanksgiving dinner. There's no reason. Just stay low. Stay low. No financial advice. And you can't copy and paste that. Oh my god. My fucking god. So let's go to the positive stuff. Let's open a Ute and like kind of a bitter taste when Frank the gods proposed. Maybe the community wants to move off Solana. Proposed, just gave it as an option. Poor guy is being like, but is being kind of judged way too harshly. Because he has kind of fallen short in a couple of things, like the Utes reveal, the Utes hype, the back and forth on the royalties. We did like they really embraced, maybe kind of started the no royalties movement, and how like they're gonna be no royalties, and then Utes has 3.3 royalty. Like a little bit weird, a little bit of a salty taste. I can also understand. I understand that the Solana and FTX blow up. These kind of tweets from Frank that like, let's take the gods and Utes and the whole ecosystem off Solana. Maybe we can port everything to Ethereum. The wormhole supports NFTs. Yada yada yada. Like, dude, just come on, vibe with us. Don't be like that. So yeah, we need to open that Utes. I still like the art. I still want to hold a couple of those. So I opened one during Breakpoint, and I'm gonna open one together today. At the same time, I see Coffee Attack is asking about my target price for Solana and the potential bottom. Do I have a new target in mind after the FTX blowup? Fantastic question, my friend. Fantastic. So I still believe we can see single-digit Solana. Lots of Solana will be unloaded for those funds to return to customers. They will need liquidity. They will have to dump projects they own. Alameda owns quite a lot of Solana projects. They did quite a lot of market making for many projects that are not in their portfolio, but this means they are holding tokens of those projects. These projects did not pay Alameda. Alameda offered their market making services for just shitcoins. So you would lend shitcoins to Alameda. Alameda would fill your order book and keep a tight spread between asks and bids. And they would give you that spread target in return, and they would slowly repay that loan back. Of course, they would repay it with huge profit on their side, and this means that Alameda and FTX holds a lot of coins. And by the way, there is like, I don't have them here. My bad. I should be able to show this to you, but you can definitely see how much FTX and Alameda, how much Solana they bought in the summer of 2020. You can see the millions of Solana they bought. So they will have to sell that Solana. They will have to sell. They are obviously selling. They're obviously selling shadow tokens. They're obviously selling Solana. They're obviously selling Serum. They're obviously selling everything they have. And this this is going to be also followed by holders. This is also going to be followed by exchanges and anybody that had those tokens in their portfolios. This is going to cascade. So I think that anything that's related to those parties is going to dump extremely hard. Maybe not, never recover, unless it's a super important protocol which is going to be forked and bailed out in a different way. So I see Solana hitting single digits, and I see Solana recovering. I don't think that it's going to be the end, but I think this is going to hold us back. I think that the selling is not going to happen fast. This money is going to be tied to the Chapter 11 bankruptcy procedure, and they will not have access to liquidate those funds anytime soon. So I don't see Solana going leg down to $6 and quickly up. So I think this is going to be a selling pressure, a gradual selling pressure that will try to minimize impact in the already crippled market. I think we're going to see a very different breakpoint next year, and it might shake out some bad actors. At the same time, Aptos is slightly more dead than Solana. FTX was one of its biggest holders. Alameda was one of its biggest VCs. Like, that's a competitor kind of hit as hard, even harder. And I see the Solana that we just talked about slightly tied up for years, not being able to be liquidated. So we can see Solana hit single-digit numbers due to some event that is going to occur, some reveal, something that we don't know yet, or some domino effect that was another important actor will blow up. That can happen. That can definitely get us to single-digit, but I also think there's going to be quite a lot of price suppression from at a longer time horizon from the assets being liquidated by Alameda, by FTX, and by the parties involved. I don't think, and again, I am really trying to be optimistic at one side and kind of be a realist, a pragmatist on the other side. I think this is going to take 2 to 4 years, like for people to see their money, and it's not going to be 100%, because especially if it's $10 billion and they have assets of $1 billion, then yeah, obviously it's all fact. You're going to see what 0.07%, 0.07, or in other words, 7% of your money back, or some kind of like that of a percentage. Or they're gonna just give you back illiquid tokens that have already been dead long ago. We'll see how this is gonna play out. We're gonna be here, we're gonna be together, and yeah. Just live to trade another day. And I think I'll be on the next breakpoint, and I'll still be active on Solana. I think still Solana has the best DAO tooling roadmap. I think they are bringing, they'll bring a revolution for non-financial transactions. I think that governance is gonna flourish in Solana, and we'll find a way to tap into the Ethereum treasuries and the general liquidity that the Ethereum chain has. So I think that non-financial transactions for governance, for voting, for gaming, for applications and in general, I don't know, fitness applications, whatever, identity, reputation, all these things can perfectly work on Solana, and DAOs, DeFi, yields, and whatever requires liquidity and extremely battle-tested protocols can be in Ethereum. As I've said, I think we're going to be living in a multi-chain world for a few years until we all go back to Bitcoin. It's a wild idea. We'll discuss it another time. I see plenty of friends. What are we? 40 people in all platforms together. So lovely friends. Just need to remind everybody that at heart I'm a Bitcoiner, and my portfolio reflects that. I'm always 50 to 60% in Bitcoin. My second highest asset in my portfolio is USDC. We sold quite a lot of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana in order to acquire that with USDC. We managed to do it together on stream during the top. Solana was over $200 when we sold, and we said, this has gone too far. And we predicted Solana at $18. Of course, we never predicted the FTX link, and which I should remove from under the description on Twitch. But we did well. My second, as I said, portfolio asset is stablecoins. The third is Ethereum. The fourth is Solana due to current prices. The fifth is Cosmos. Maybe Cosmos is fifth now, and Solana is sixth due to prices. And then it goes on a huge pool of shitcoins. You should never follow these shitcoins. You should every man has his own shitcoins, and you should not be ashamed of them. You should not have to explain yourself. You should not be put in the awkward position to justify why are you holding Kylin coin? Why are you still holding Tezos? Why are you still hoping an EOS project like an EOS shitcoin will ever do anything? You don't need to explain. And nobody should ever copy. Cow to the moon. Yes, Coffee Attack. I still have my cow in my portfolio. And there are many wallet people that I actually met in Breakpoint. And they were like, oh, try my wallet. And because I'm holding these rugged assets like cow, their oracles are just reporting crazy prices. So the guy is like, oh, let me show you. It was Ultimate Money, the wallet. The guys that actually had this pair of glasses. I'll show you. You see, it's Whale's Tails, is Anatolian Raj, of course. So this guy, this guy's like, dude, let me show you my awesome wallet. So he shows me his awesome wallet. I input my address and it reads cash cow as me holding like $1.6 billion. He's like, oh my God, you're like some giant VC whale, right? We're like, yeah, dude, giant VC whale. And like, all the 1.2 billion was the cow. So yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, guys, that's the portfolio composition. And there is no point on asking your friends, what do you think about this coin? The only thing that matters is what do they hold in their portfolio. There is no tell me about this stock. There is just show me what you hold. And then you can kind of talk about that. But yeah. You should be careful of people that are giving advice for coins that they do not hold, being bullish on coins that are not included in their portfolio. Understand that advice has no externalities for the person giving them, no positive, no negative. The important is no negative, because I can give you an advice on a coin that I really don't own, and I can be super bullish and you buy it and then it tanks. I have nothing happens to me, nothing happens to my portfolio, but something huge happens to you. So my opinion has no weight. So there is no point of me telling you, oh, what do I think about Keen? Oh, what do I think about Oxy? Oh, what do I think about this or that? Doesn't matter. If I don't hold it, why would you even ask me? You think I don't, like, I don't have enough shitcoins to liquidate to buy another shitcoin? There's always enough shitcoins to liquidate to buy another shitcoin. So we went through the important two legs of the show. The two important legs were the continuation of the saga and the bear reminder. And I want, before we go forward, I'm gonna show you a little bit of merch from Breakpoint. So let's go with the hats. So we have the classic Hacker House hat that anybody who visits a hacker house, a Solana hacker house, will receive. This is the same for every hacker house. This you can get only from hacker houses. You'll not be able to get it from Breakpoint. A collector's edition barn dog hat, baseball cap. So yeah, if you this is a child of Grape. He is the ambassador, the world ambassador for Steppen. He launched his first. He launched his merch, and he finished his second marathon this weekend. Yay, Barndog! I bought from with USDC through my Solflare wallet on the Solana Spaces store. It says Degen and it has the Solana logo, and it's really high quality. And you can find this hat in any Solana Spaces around the world. I think there is one in New York, but there is also one was one in Breakpoint. So yeah, with USDC. And a Monkey DAO cup, which again was sold in the Spaces. But it's one of those hats, like, it's for French people. I don't know why it feels like that. It's very small. It requires a small mustache in a way. Then Hacker House Lisbon edition, and it says it also on the sleeve. It's pretty cool. School kid is asking, do French people have small heads? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm poking fun, guys. I have no clue. The Breakpoint hoodie. And there's nothing on the back. But this is a really nice hoodie with a cool Breakpoint logo. So check this out. You love this. You love this. Chewing glass and eating ass. How about that? How more Solana can get? Tell me that. Breakpoint Pussy DAO 2022. You mint an NFT, you get a physical pair of panties in your mail, brand new, and you can wear them, sell them in the secondary for increased return. Chewing glass and eating ass. So, next super awesome piece of merch. How about this dog? How about the Samo fucking merch? The coolest fucking bench, the coolest merch, and they had the Samo dog with a big smile. I have a picture. I'll definitely show you. It was super awesome. I have a second one. I'll show you. I have the black one. This is the Hacker House t-shirt. It has all the hacker houses around the world that happened in 2022. Breakpoint t-shirt again with Solana logo in front. Samo t-shirt on one side with Zombie Samo on the back. Zombie Samo. Monkey DAO classic green t-shirt with the Monkey DAO logo on the sleeve. Where is it? Here. And the black Monkey DAO tee. Coffee Attack. is saying, getting bullish on Samo. I got really bullish on Samo. I bought prior to the Breakpoint event 100,000 Samo in order to be able to join the Samo DAO. I'm again, not financial advice, especially during this event period. Don't, just be careful. I bought some Samo not because I think we're gonna be rich from Samo. I bought some Samo because I want to support the project. I really like these guys. I really like the team. They've been around for a very long time. I think they branded themselves wrongly under the Dogecoin, meme coin umbrella, while they are competent devs that they've been building products since day one in their space. And I think they're doing a disservice to themselves by going with that, went down and embraced that route. They are awesome people. I'm glad they are around. I'm glad they're going down the DAO route. I know they're competent devs, competent UX UI developers, and I know they were the foxes before the foxes in terms of tooling. So I want to be part of their DAO. So I bought a little bit of Samo. Additionally, I cuddled for a very long time with the Samo dog at Breakpoint, and got one piece of every merch out there. I got pins, GM pin. How about that? I have a GM pin. I know you're jealous about my GM pin. Do I have anything else? No. Not around here. I have plenty. Like, I know I have a bunch of, I have a bunch of, like, I have Monkey DAO socks, Monkey DAO hoodies. There's just so many. And I had to leave like 6 bags of merch in the hotel. I just could not carry them all back. At the same time, I've given away already all my Solana Beach merch. I've given out all my amulet merch. I've given away all my Steppen merch. I've given away quite a lot. So yeah, it was and OG advice. If you're going to a Solana Hacker House Breakpoint or some event like that, don't pack clothes. Just go as you are. You'll get so much merch. Get another pair of pants and like some kind of raincoat if it's winter, but everything else you'll be given plenty. You really don't need. Let me see something. So yeah, I'm gonna let me make sure. Let me make sure I can show you if this has uploaded. Has it uploaded? I have a really cool video from the Solana Spaces store, but it hasn't been uploaded yet. I accidentally shot it in 4K and it just takes forever to upload for some reason. Let me just make another attempt, because I really want to show you a little bit the vibe of Breakpoint and maybe give some context around each picture. Like, I was planning on going really detailed and tell you the projects I met and all these things. Just we've been talking for over an hour, so I don't think I have the strength. So let me do this. Let me see if for some reason it has uploaded in the cloud first. Nope. Unfortunately, it's a no. So yeah, let's go to the main desktop. Here you go. So, a little bit of context. Grape paid for the ticket of Breakpoint, the DAO. The Grape DAO sent 5 people. I was one of the 5. Takisol was another. Dean Machine was another. And Tata Martins was the fourth. The fifth was Avid Lerner that didn't manage to get his visa. So it was a very important event for Grape. We received a lot of love from Solana itself, from partner projects, from the venture capitals that we are a portfolio company of them. We received a lot of love from users. I received a lot of love from the whale's tales, and we were constantly invited in side events to network and in a way plan the next year, map the ecosystem, identify requirements, identify overlaps, and plan the roadmap for the next year. And it also reminds you, it grounds you, it allows you to connect with your internet friends, and it kind of gives you a reality of, at least I felt very loved. I felt very loved, and it brought back a lot of bullish sentiment about Grape, about DAOs, about the Solana community, and about the general ecosystem. Coffee Attack is asking, which NFT projects had a good presence at this year's Breakpoint? By far was the monkeys. The Solana monkey business, the Monkey DAO, had 9 events that were all sold out, and they had the biggest presence. They had over 430 monkeys attending Breakpoint. It was impressive. The best party, though, the best party by far, in my humble opinion, was the Boogles party. The Boogles party was exceptional. The venue was mind-blowing, and the whole vibe was from another world. I think I have a couple of pictures to show you. But if a really good dinner was planned by the Lucid Drake community, and another, and a poorly attended, a really good party was thrown by the Degen Ape Academy, and a mediocre party, that's from what I heard, don't at me, was from Cats on Crack. So, recap for NFT projects. Best party, Boogles. Most events and networking potential, Monkey DAO. A really good bunch to hang out, and a very successful dinner from Lucid Drakes. A mediocre event from Cats on Crack, and a really awesome party, but not the best party, second best party from the Gen Ape Academy. These were most of the NFTs. I don't think I spoke with anybody else. I vibe very well with the thugs now. I think that 0x Thug is a super fun guy. We went snowboarding last year in Utah together, but I just didn't see any holders, any presence, or any hype surrounding it. But I really love the guy, that the founder. I really like him. So I landed in Lisbon on the 1st of November. It was packed because Web Summit was happening at the same time. The idea was for me to attend Hacker House Lisbon from the 1st to the 3rd. So for 3 days we had the Hacker House, 2 days mostly. Then we had Solana Games Day on the 4th, and then on the 4th till the 7th we had Breakpoint. So it was back to back. It sounds like, oh, you were eating and partying all day. Yes and no. It gets really tiring because you have to start at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're back home at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's just constant talks, constant networking, lots of catering, a lot of walking from venue to venue and back and forth. It's a lot. It's especially if you go back to back on 3 events. Breakpoint by itself, it's manageable, but the hacker house before that was tolling. It's funny because the moment you landed in Lisbon airport, it was filled with banners that says that would read as what you see in the screens is like how to catch crypto criminals. So it was slightly weird. The whole city of Lisbon was filled with NFT mints, like so many, like from various chains, because there was a Near hacker house, a Sui hacker house, a Aptos conference, an Ethereum conference before Breakpoint, and Breakpoint, and the Lisbon hacker house. So there are a lot of snake oil salesmen, there were a lot of trashy NFT projects advertised in every single corner of the city. This is the venue for for the hacker house, and after the hacker house, it was used for the Solana Gaming Day. So I arrived, as you see from the timestamp, at 9:20, and it was closed. It opened at 10, so I was too early. And it's funny because there was a queue outside, and as you see, like maybe I'm in the way. My camera's in the way, but there was a queue in the hacker house. This is how the hacker house looked like the days that it was a hacker house, because it completely transformed for Games Day. But this is the ground floor. It was full of computers. It had a fantastic panel, a talking stage in the back, and it was extremely interesting. As always with the hacker houses, there was a lot of food. So much food that it kind of breaks my heart, because there is no way all this food is being consumed. A lot of food is being thrown away, and because they are obsessed with showing how much food and how plentiful they are, and they want everybody to be happy and be impressed. Every time you take a tiny lemon tart from the perfectly arranged bunch, someone from the staff comes and replaces it. So when everybody has eaten, the buffet is still 100% full. And the staff told me, because I was like, oh, can I get some before you put them away? It was like, yes, please take as much, because we have to throw them away, and it breaks my heart. And this like confirmed my hypothesis that yeah, there's so much food being wasted, but good food. Good coffee as well. Not the very impressive coffee station as Solana wants you to believe. There was no cold brew in the hacker house, which I really hoped, but they had freshly ground coffee, and 2 coffee stations there for you. Fruit, they had these golden kiwis that it was really tasty. This is floor 1 of the Solana hacker house. This was full of gaming projects. There is a soccer game. There was like, I played, because I sat down and I chilled with the devs as well. I played a couple of games from almost everything there, and shout out, and the ones that I was very impressed with is Kaiju cards, Zulana, the caveman. Yeah, those were very impressive. With what else am I missing? Like, I was not very impressed with the card game. We'll talk about it. We'll see. This is in the hacker house. Was Anatoly was in mixing with the crowd. It was really, it felt close to the people. This is a panoramic view of the hacker house. So this is the back. This here is the back. This here is the front, and it's rather large, as you see. This is the first party we attended. This is November 2nd. On November 1st at night, I connected with the monkeys. We had the monkey dinner. It was an awesome first event. Second day, it was the Strip DAO party. This was organized by Hubble, Notify, Unique, and Blast Curve. the Kimomura Labs and a couple more. This is a DAO that was formed in the Belgrade Hacker House. It's a bunch of fun people. The party was actually very decent. Unfortunately, I got extremely, like, I don't know. I was extremely tired. I got a little bit tipsy. I lost my ID going back home, and I spoke with many people that I don't have. I didn't keep any notes like I kept from most of my conversations. This was an amazing presentation from Unique Venture Capitals and the Monkey DAO. So they are creating. This is a way to create an investment syndicate, and the Monkey Ventures is using the Unique VC platform, and this is a way to actually create a syndicate, an organization that invests in projects and that can actually accept seed rounds and can be regulated. It will follow the 99 investors rule, which you can group 99 investors, that's the limit, and create a syndicate which will pool money and invest in certain risky assets. And they can also have a professional investor's license and undertake risk legally in the United States. So this is a beautiful way to connect DeFi with traditional finance and give options to DAOs. At the same time, taking into account what is happening in the UK and the way you can incorporate a DAO very easily as a non-profit limited liability company, you can actually have a bank account and connect those two entities. I know Utah is also trying, and Dubai is also trying, together with some other jurisdictions around the world, to incorporate DAOs. So putting all these together, you can see how this is extremely exciting. Alex from Unique VCs is a dear friend and a really huge brain, and of course the friend from the Monkey DAO is equally smart. But this is a solution that is gonna be live soon, and I look forward as a monkey holder in participating in these seed rounds. Funny people were also part of the Breakpoint crowd. As you see, we have a wizard here with a wizard's hat. This is from the party. There's a huge queue for the Strip DAO party. As you see, not a lot of people at some point in the party, but very good space. This is, as you see on my screen, this is at 3:30 in the morning. Outside the club, slightly tipsy, maybe drunk, I minted the soap NFT. Someone asked me while I was outside smoking a cigarette, did you mint our NFT? I was like, what NFT? He's like, do you have a phone with Phantom? I was like, of course. Like, boop, minted an NFT. I also got a very rare merch from Strip DAO. That's a money clip. And the next day we had the Games Day. The Games Day was insane. Let me show you. There's no sound, like I'll post these things. But as you see, this is a completely different thing. There are game pads and controllers and VR sets and Steam decks and a bunch more like handheld devices that allowed you to really play video games that have been made by game developers, real game developers. This is a soccer game that was presented. This is kaiju cards that you could play. There was a booth for 2 versus 2, and also computers that you could play the versus the computer. This is the view of the Hacker House from the first floor. This is where you have to check in. This was a coffee station and some merch stuff, and outside you had a rest area. This is what Solana is building. It's really interesting. It looks like Clash of Clans. It looks like Rise of Kingdoms. It's also aimed for the mobile crowd. They've been building in stealth. Maybe this picture is not perfectly representing their efforts, because I played with the game and I was extremely impressed with how it looked, and I could imagine it on mobile being a successful point and click kind of strategy game with lots of time gating and in-game transactions. And this is again me speculating. Played the game. I did not expect Solana to be that far away, that far into developing this awesome game. Lots of builder orcas around, advertising the buy builders for builders event. You could also get lots of those orca pins. There was a Star Atlas presentation where people could get on the computers and play Star Atlas demo, enjoy a little bit this a sneak peek in the game. The male and female team from the professional gaming team G2 was in the hacker house during the games day. They played games, they rated the games, they had first-hand experience with Star Atlas and many other platforms. This is Uros from Unique Venture Capitals, Unique Venture Clubs. That he's sporting a grape t-shirt. We were not in contact in any way. I just said, hey dude, can I take a picture? It looks really good on you. And yeah, it looks really good on him. Taco stands everywhere. This is the multi-coin capital party. As you see, nobody's dancing. As you see behind, this is pre-crash. Behind the DJ, there is a bear with a builder's hat and the digging and a shovel to unearth the gems. And it says multi-coin on his cap and FTX on his belt. Only you can stop bear markets. By the way, multi-coin had about 40% of their portfolio in FTX. They managed to get out about 25%. Another 10 has been confirmed as being stuck in the exchange, and a small amount is in limbo. So yeah, 40% initially, 25% out, 10% confirmed stuck, 5% unknown. But that's the party 2 days before the collapse. We had fantastic talks about the Solana saga, the mobile. I got the chance to play with it, to interact with its dApp store. It's promising. It's not the final build, the one we all tried. So they'll for sure need to improve some things in order to make it competitive with the current market. The camera is utterly shit. Let me add some water. My mouth is getting drier and drier. So yeah, I think it's a very good idea to have a dApp store that's a more decentralized version of and a fairer version of an app store that is going to have all these dApps. Again, new dynamics are going to come out from the dApp store and new ways to scam people. So just be on your toes. Be careful. Again, food on food on food, fruit on fruit on fruit, food again. This is the Samo dog. This was the best merch booth. This was the most fun booth to hang around with. Everybody was lovely. The doggo was so happy that everybody was cuddling with him. Like, there was no animal cruelty involved. The doggo was just strolling around happy. Everybody was playing with the doggo. It stayed for like 2-3 hours and left. It was very nicely done because, you know, it was not some dog that they have to travel around with, and it was just a local Lisbon dog. They contacted an amazing happy dog. He's like, hey, can you bring him in the park while we have our merch store, and we can put this cool thing in around his neck, and he was lovely. So yeah, this is the merch. As you see, I got one of every shirts here. There was Phantom coffee stands everywhere. This is the Solana Saga phone. Again, this is not the final build, so don't get very excited. There was a Lego set where you could buy. This is not an official Lego set. There's nowhere the word Lego. It costs $420.69 for the digit number, and you can build a Solana Spaces store in miniature. And if you notice, if you notice, I can't show you. There's no way for me to zoom. But if you see here, there's like pictures of monkeys, of Solana monkey businesses, monkey business NFTs. This is another of the main stages from the first floor. Look how beautiful it looks, how packed it is, how big the stage is. Lots of lounge areas powered by Genesis Go. Look at the what I was talking about, the lemon tarts, that the moment you take one, it's just, they put a new one. Churros and donuts and flan and like skewers with fruits. There was just so much. And this is the taco stand on the other side, and more and more. And this is the venue from the Boogles party. This was the best party of the event, in my opinion. It was in a beautiful venue full of wall paintings and medieval church-like Illuminati kind of style, secret society kind of rooms, and it was just glorious. It was beautiful, and this giant golden winged lion was hanging from the top. It was just insane. Lots of different rooms. This is a beautiful picture. This, like, I know maybe it's not the best from me to be doxing, but obviously the guy on the left is me. The guy on the right is Pertz. That's Alex Pertz. That's the biggest collector degen NFT in our bunch. This is MacD from the Monkey DAO. She is an amazing organizer. She takes care of all the merch, the monkey merch. She helps a lot in organizing these packed events with networking capabilities. And the guy between Pertz and MacD is Ceylon. And he was part of the organization of the party. He's an OG of the stream. It was a pleasure to vibe with him, and I congratulate for the amazing party that they threw. It was extremely successful. The venue was unforgettable. I will never forget the venue. MacD like the astrology indicator. Yes. It was called Palacio Chiado, the venue. It was like an old medieval church palace kind of thing. This was another Solana Breakpoint venue. This was the registration venue, actually. You would go here to pick up to register with your name, to get your pass, and you would go on the next one to get your merch bag. Huge disappointment, because people could really easily get access to the event just by saying a bunch of things. They could say, I forgot my little ID, and then they would give it to someone else, and they would have access to the venues, because nobody checked your ID ever, nobody scanned you ever. It was slightly weird. That was poorly organized. Huge venues, very good organization, very good, like, the stages for the panel talks and the presentations were great. At the same time, the acoustic was not amazing, and at the same time, all the other spaces were not adequate. It was too crowded, there was too much food, too many people, and not enough space to go around with your glass and your food and this and that. This is the venue that one of the bars in the venue that the Boogles party was being organized. One of the other venues, and this is the Steppen Games. We participated in the Steppen Games together with Dean and Taki Sol, and Barndog was there. It was near the beach at this beautiful structure, and it was beautiful. And look, you'll see. We ran around. We ran a small marathon, and this is Barndog and Taki Sol, and we're discussing our team tactics. And this is the team: Din Machine, myself, Barndog, and Taki Sol. The next day, we had our grape reputation event together with Lighthouse, Civic, and that's it. It was grape, Lighthouse, and Civic, and we went through. It was packed. We went through how the dynamics of a DAO, how reputation models are crafted. Everybody ranked differently the values that that would contribute to a formula that would calculate reputation. It was very interesting. It was very insightful to see all the projects really approach differently the reputation angles and how they would use it. Extremely bullish. Can I rotate this? How do I rotate this? Fuck that. So yeah, you would it was a process. It was a 4-hour workshop, and I think it was extremely helpful, and we can refine it, make it better, and have it as a standardized workshop around the world together with Solana University, at hacker houses, at Breakpoint like events, at different chains. Everything can, like, we can adapt this lesson to spread the DAO philosophy and how a DAO is organized, and the dynamics within a DAO, and all the valuable lessons that we've gained throughout our DAO journey. More hidden orcas, me between two monkeys, Alex Pertz holding a sign, Solana sign in the street, pretending he is a bus girl. This was from the last presentation during the last day from Sebastian Bohr, talking about the roadmap of realms. And it's extremely bullish, because he talks about a mobile application that you will be able to interact from your phone through the dApp Store. You'll be getting this. There's going to be dynamic thresholds introduced. I think this was the most important talk of the whole event. Dynamic thresholds means that if a DAO member wants to spend $1 to buy a coffee, just one signature is required. But if more than $1 needs to be spent, a higher percentage is required. So if you want to spend $1 million, you'll require 60% of the DAO to approve it. While if you just want to spend $1, you just need one DAO member to approve it. So buying a coffee, not a lot of people need to vote. Buying a coffee chain, a lot of people need to vote. And programmatic signatures and ephemeral signatures, really interesting stuff. This is Sebastian Bohr presenting. Reputation system. If you watch the talk, you'll hear him say that if someone is gonna break the barrier with reputation, it's going to be Grape, and Grape is going to come up with the formula with the help of Lighthouse and Civic, and different kind of memberships are going to be supported by realms, and there's going to be different reputation formulas that DAOs can actually choose from. Grape is going to be the first one. Marinade is bringing all the Tribeca features to realms, so gauges and conviction voting, where you lock your stuff, and high ways to actually increase the weight of your vote by locking, and aggregated delegation, where you can actually people can delegate their votes to a party that will exercise it for them, and he'll be getting a cut. But these votes are not going to be idle, because their holders cannot really participate, cannot really follow. They'll be able to delegate it safely without the requirement of trusting the person receiving or using those votes. This is going to be built-in realms. So it's awesome that the Macalinao brothers actually abandoned Solana, and they gave the open source. It was fully open source, but they trusted the curation of Tribeca DAO and its tools to marinate, and marinate decided of the obviously like positive outcome from this was to merge the two governance layers, for example, and migrate all the tech to realms that is being actively developed by the superstars in the community. This is another really awesome picture. This is the CEO of Dialect. This is Dean Machine, important figure in Grape, DAO member, core contributor. These are DAO loving friends from Japan. These are the two guys, Kawasaki and Kishi from Epix DAO. They had a pitch in the Grape, in the Grape Discord back in the day. They won a second prize, I think, in the latest Solana Hacker House. This is myself and this is Taki Sol. He looks like our bodyguard. You don't mess with us if Taki Sol is in the room. Shout out to Taki Sol. Awesome person to have in hacker houses. He took a fantastic initiative with the Solana University and just brought some amazing use cases for Grape to contribute for the education through Solana University, and help build a curriculum that will include DAOs and DAO philosophy. And I cannot but end with a fantastic toast from Grape Friends. This is the colors of the closing party, which was horrible. It was raining a lot. I think they had in mind that it will people will be chilling outside, but it was not possible. Decoration was fun, but not special. Like, this is from the inside, lots of Solana colors, as you see. That's a random bar that we went, and this is classic Lisbon pastries, and this is the Grape delegates drinking a coffee and chilling at a terrace. Myself and Taki Sol and Bean Machine is actually taking the picture. Unfortunately, I don't have the... Maybe I do. Let me see. This is from one of the venues. As you see, there is no space. You can't move. It's very narrow. Everything is free. You just get drinks, you get food, you get everything. It's just plentiful, plentiful, plentiful. Huge. Talking about the saga. And yeah, another part of the same building. Like, there were lots of useless spaces, but also lots of cool booths. So like, I'm going through and I see this pair of sneakers. I immediately assume that this is Barndog sneakers, his first sneakers when he started stepping, and this is how they look like today. Obviously, this is just a joke, but I think it makes sense to have the first sneakers going down the stepping track. Another chill out area for Solana degens. The Solana... like a rockway? What the fuck is that? It looks like Solana Beach. It looks like Solana something. I have no clue what's the purpose of that. It was fun though. It was a fun event. It was extremely important, and it's important if you are working in this space to represent. It's important to have a larger team because there are events happening at the same time, and it's good to like kind of divide the responsibility, and each one goes to a different venue in order to meet and listen to new to partners that you wouldn't be able to do it in any other way. So we are constantly separated in order to cover as much ground as possible. Whew. We're closing to a 2-hour stream. My God, guys, how did we do this again? We didn't have any topics today other than bear reminder, shit show volume 2, breakpoint TLDR, merch. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's quite a lot of topics. But let's end with the youths. Let's end with the youths, right? Let me. First of all, let me see which wallet is the one that's gonna be on. So, let's go. Youths.com. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, lovely friends. Can we be lucky? So yeah, youths. Let's go. Let's get what like. First of all, I have my hopes extremely low. We'll get the most generic, uncoherent, non-coherent youths of the collection. So, I am a bear and I am a cynic. Usually the NFTs I mint look horrible. So I don't expect anything extreme to happen. But let's mint. Connect wallet. Tubes in wallet. So we need sound. So is there sound? Let's make sure. Yeah, we have sound. Are we ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see how horrible my youth is gonna be. Another money band! Another money band! Woo! So what do you think, guys? It's another money band guy. I mean, there's no nouns glasses, and have you seen my other let me find it. Oh, let me find my this is my other youth. As you see, I have already a money band and cool glasses. And the one I got now is... So this and this. These are my two youths. I think this looks more coherent. With the red on the money band, the red on the puffy jacket, the cool smile, the stoned eyes. Okay, it is what it is. To the moon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back, for those that were not around for some time. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Coffee Attack. Thank you, Nanko. Thank you, everybody. Everybody. Guys, be careful out there. Again, remember, if it's not Bitcoin, it's a shitcoin. Not your keys, not your coins. It's just money. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Seek help. Don't do stupid things and just survive to trade another day. We'll get through this. The bull run is a matter of when, not a matter of if. Don't give up. Exercise due diligence. Do your own research. Don't take stupid risks. No all in. and we're still early in the bear market. So be careful. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.